My name is Ayser and I'm coming from Turkey, even though I'm originally from Bulgaria, so I would say I have two countries, both Bulgaria and Turkey. I lived in Istanbul for a quite long time. It was 22 years in total, so this is a significant part of my whole life, I would say. Istanbul is one of the biggest cities in the world, so I would say being a big city has its advantages but also disadvantages. So I think we need some quiet time in our life, some quiet period where we can just get something inside in ourselves and to think about, to reconsider our life. And I think Sofia is a much better place for this. I feel relaxed in Sofia for sure. Although most people that I meet here, especially locals, I mean locals of the city itself, they think it's a big city, but for me it's not the issue at all. It's quite manageable. But even when I ask for orientation for a specific address, and they would always reply saying, "Oh, it's too far. You are not able to go there by walking." So like, how far it could be? Even by public transport, it's just half an hour. So I have a different. It's all because I lived in Istanbul. I have a different perception of distance. So for me, here anywhere is easily approachable. Plus, I like very much that the city is very, very green. This is something I really missed a lot. For me, when comparing with the crowd, of course, it's a huge difference. I also have sometimes the feeling, thinking, where are the people? Even when they considered it as the most crowded time, not people enough. No, never. But it's good. It's good because it's good to have some space between you and the others. I would recommend most of young people to have some experience in Sofia, or it could be in any other city in Bulgaria, because there are many advantages comparing, especially if you are a young person, you're not, if you don't have responsibilities, you can easily, first of all, it's very safe. I don't think there's a dangerous part. Maybe some neighborhoods as anywhere else, but it's very safe place to live. That's very important for young people where they live. Second, it's especially if they like sports. Anything is so easy to practice any kind of sports. It's significantly cheaper comparing with most of countries, especially those that I visited so far in my life, and I visited more than 30, I think. I would definitely say that it's great at that point. Plus, the nature is beautiful. People that like going trekking on the mountains, it's a great place. Plus, it's also good for partying, which I think most of young people like. So, and any kind of atmosphere you like, you can find it here. So, what my main job is, I'm a literary agent. I promote authors. I have my own portfolio of literary fiction, especially authors that I represent their foreign rights. I used to have only Turkish authors, but since I've been here for almost 2 years now, I started working also with Bulgarian authors. So I work on promoting them to foreign publishers, and hopefully I'll be able to make them getting more translated, because there are only few number of writers that been published so far. It requires a lot of effort, time, but I definitely believe that there are a lot of contemporary young writers that deserve to be translated and to be read by foreigners. As we live now in a, let's say, a digital world, it's much easier comparing with the past to find jobs that you can work remotely. So I think especially people working in IT or working in creative fields, it's much easier for them to just to come and spend some time here to get the atmosphere. Bulgaria is considerably cheap comparing with most of the European countries. There's a lot of history. It's very interesting, especially for people that never experienced this old socialist regime, and they're pretty much curious to see some maybe monuments or some of the culture that is still alive, I would say. So I think it's a really interesting place for many people, from many young people from all around. So if they work remotely, I would strongly recommend to spend some time in their life here. When I think about what is the most shocking thing for me, I still can say the straightforwardness of people. So if someone is not very familiar with this, can take it very personally. I spent longer period of my life in Turkey, and people there are not more polite, but they just pretend they're always nice to you, and it's not easy to understand what they think about you in real, which, comparing with Bulgarian people in general, they can be very straightforward, and sometimes even this can be considered as rudeness, but it's not. This can be a different approach to get closer with you. So I think I recommend for people, especially those that they don't know the culture, not to take it personally, but this is a great opportunity to get to know a different approach. And especially I love very much the style, the humor. It's a very sarcastic style, but it's also very clever. It has a lot inside. You just get the culture with it, and it's very rich, which I appreciate very much.